Harriet Tubman, born Araminta Ross in 1822 in Dorchester County, Maryland, emerged as a monumental figure in American history, whose extraordinary courage, unwavering determination, and profound commitment to justice transformed the lives of countless individuals seeking freedom from the brutal grips of slavery. Tubman's early years were marked by the harsh realities of life on a plantation. Born into slavery, she faced relentless physical and emotional hardships, witnessing firsthand the inhumane treatment of her family and fellow enslaved individuals. As a child, she experienced the terror of being beaten and mistreated, which fueled her desire for freedom and justice. This early exposure to the cruelty of slavery instilled in her a fierce determination to escape the chains that bound her and to fight for the liberation of others. By the time she reached adulthood, Tubman had changed her name, adopting the name Harriet in honor of her mother. The transition into adulthood brought with it the weight of her responsibilities. She was hired out to work for different families and faced the constant threat of being sold away from her loved ones. Despite the oppressive environment, Tubman's spirit remained unbroken. She found solace in her faith, drawing strength from her belief in a higher power and a vision of a world free from oppression. Her spiritual conviction was integral to her identity, and she often spoke of divine guidance in her decisions, believing that her path was ordained for a greater purpose. In 1849, after years of contemplation and relentless yearning for freedom, Harriet made the courageous decision to escape. The journey north was fraught with peril, as she navigated dense woods, crossed rivers, and faced the constant threat of capture by slave catchers. Armed with only her resolve and a deep sense of purpose, she journeyed under the cover of night, relying on the stars for navigation and the support of sympathetic allies along the way. Each step she took was a testament to her bravery. She understood that failure could mean not just her own recapture but also dire consequences for her family. Her escape was successful, and she reached Philadelphia, a city that represented freedom and possibility. However, Harriet Tubman was not content to simply enjoy her newfound freedom. Driven by an unshakable sense of duty to her people, she soon returned to the South to rescue others from the same fate she had escaped. This marked the beginning of her work on the Underground Railroad, a network of safe houses and secret routes that aided enslaved individuals in their quest for freedom. As a conductor on this perilous journey, Tubman utilized her intimate knowledge of the land and her quick thinking to navigate danger. She often traveled by night, evading capture and relying on the help of abolitionists and free black individuals who opened their homes to those seeking refuge. Tubman's journeys back to the South were fraught with risk. She carried a revolver for protection, determined to protect herself and those she guided. Her most notable characteristic was her unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom. Tubman made an astounding 13 trips back to the South, leading over 70 enslaved individuals to freedom and helping many others escape along the way. Each journey was meticulously planned, demonstrating her strategic mind and fierce determination. She would often sing spirituals as a way to communicate and soothe her fellow travelers, maintaining hope in the face of fear. Harriet's leadership and fearlessness earned her the nickname, Moses, as she led her people to liberation much like the biblical figure who led the Israelites out of bondage. Throughout her missions, Tubman faced numerous challenges, including the threat of capture and betrayal. Despite these dangers, she remained resolute, often using disguises and relying on coded messages to outwit her pursuers. Her ability to navigate complex situations and maintain the trust of those she was leading was remarkable. She believed deeply in the importance of education and empowerment, encouraging those she rescued to stand firm in their resolve for freedom and to fight for their rights. Tubman's bravery and commitment to her cause not only saved lives but also inspired others to join the fight against slavery. As the abolitionist movement gained momentum, Harriet Tubman became a prominent figure within it. She worked alongside other leading abolitionists, including Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison, advocating for the end of slavery and the rights of black individuals. Tubman's efforts transcended the realm of the Underground Railroad. She participated in anti-slavery lectures and raised funds to support the movement. Her story resonated with many, highlighting the brutality of slavery and the urgent need for reform. Her advocacy extended to women's rights as well, as she recognized that the fight for freedom encompassed not just the liberation of enslaved individuals but also the empowerment of women. Tubman believed in the right to vote and actively supported the suffrage movement, aligning herself with prominent activists like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. During the Civil War, Tubman's contributions continued to grow. She worked for the Union Army as a nurse, cook, and spy, utilizing her knowledge of the South to gather intelligence and assist in military operations. Her work as a spy was particularly impactful. She led a raid on the Combahee River, which resulted in the liberation of over 700 enslaved individuals. This military engagement showcased her bravery and tactical acumen, further solidifying her legacy as a leader in the fight for freedom. After the war, Tubman faced new challenges. Despite her heroic efforts, she struggled with poverty and the lack of recognition for her contributions. She continued to advocate for civil rights, dedicating her later years to improving the lives of those in her community. She opened her home to elderly and impoverished individuals, demonstrating her enduring commitment to service and justice. In her efforts to secure a pension for her service during the Civil War, she faced bureaucratic obstacles, yet she persevered, embodying the same resilience that had characterized her entire life. Harriet Tubman's legacy is one of immense significance. She is celebrated not only as a key figure in the abolitionist movement but also as a symbol of courage and perseverance. Her story serves as a powerful reminder of the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Tubman's contributions have been recognized in numerous ways, from monuments and educational programs to her depiction on currency, ensuring that her remarkable life and achievements will not be forgotten. Today, Harriet Tubman's legacy continues to inspire movements for social justice and equality. Her life exemplifies the enduring fight against oppression, highlighting the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of overwhelming odds. As we reflect on her journey from an enslaved woman to a prominent leader of the Underground Railroad, we recognize the power of determination and the profound impact one individual can have on the lives of many. Tubman's story is not just a chapter in history, it is a testament to the ongoing struggle for freedom and human rights, inspiring generations.